This video is sponsored by Adorama, and you're going to want to watch this video to the very end because Adorama is going to be giving away a DJI Mini 3 Pro on July 4th. Now, one of the new features we have on the DJI Mini 3 is the ability to do hyperlapse. And if you don't know what hyperlapses are, just think of them as time lapses up in the air. So in this video, let's go through the hyperlapse options you have in the DJI Fly App, and I am using the DJI RC remote. But of course, the interface will look the same if you're using your mobile device. And before we get into the time lapse, a quick word from today's sponsor, Adorama. And if you're not familiar with Adorama, Adorama is one of the largest, most reputable online retail stores that focuses on everything from camera equipment, lenses, lighting, musical instruments, and drones just like this one, the DJI Mini 3, as well as all of the other major brands. One thing I do like about Adorama is that if you're looking at something like this, a drone or some camera gear, a lot of times they will also sell you the same package for roughly the same manufacturing cost, but they'll throw in a bunch of other accessories. For instance, if you're looking for a drone, sometimes you'll not only get the drone, the remote control, and the manufacturing accessories, sometimes they'll throw in a memory card, a case, a bag, a landing pad, a bunch of other things for roughly the same price of the drone. So if you're looking at getting some new gear, make sure you just check out, see what they have to offer, because like I said, a lot of times they have a bunch of extra accessories, extra stuff that they'll throw in there for minimal cost to you. And if you're in the market, of course, for this right here, the DJI Mini 3 Pro, I'll make sure all those Adorama links to this right here and all the other packages are listed down below in the video description. And now, let's get back to the hyperlapse modes on the DJI Mini 3 Pro. All right, so in order for you to engage hyperlapse, you gotta put the drone up in the air. All right, so now that we're up in the air, the first one we'll go through is the hyperlapse here on the right-hand side. Click on that movie icon, click on hyperlapse, and you can see right here we do have a few different options. We have free, circle, course lock, as well as waypoints. Let's just click on free and show you exactly what you're able to do at the bottom here. And when you click on the arrow at the bottom, it says intervals, length, and then max speed. So you have three different options. You can choose how often you want to take a photo, so in intervals of 2 seconds. If you want the hyperlapse to be 5 seconds long, you can actually change that here if you want a shorter or longer hyperlapse. By setting the duration of it, that changes how many frames or how many photos you're gonna need to perform or achieve that hyperlapse. So if I wanted a shorter hyperlapse here, as you can see, it's only gonna take me 50 frames to get that hyperlapse. If I go into a 5-second hyperlapse, it'll need 125 frames, but it'll also take me 4 minutes and 10 seconds. As an example for free, what I'm gonna do is just, as you can see, the freeway is right there. I'm gonna actually take it and just push my right stick to the right and just take the drone over to the right and perform that. And I'll just do a real quick one. And what we'll do is we'll set 2 seconds. It'll take us 2 minutes to do, and it'll need about 50 frames to achieve this. If I were to do two intervals of 2 seconds. Now I can also change that to intervals of 3 seconds. I can go up to 5, all the way up to 15 seconds. And of course, if you change the amount of frames or amount of intervals per second, it'll change the duration. And you can also change the max speed. So if I change this, I could actually keep it really, really slow or go all the way up to 6.7 miles per hour. Just really depends on how much movement you want in that hyperlapse. And actually, before we hit record, at the very bottom there, you want to click on that format. Now you have a few options here. Do you want your hyperlapse to be 1080p, 4K? Do you want to shoot in JPEG or RAW? I want 4K. I always want the highest resolution possible. And I don't need RAW, so I'm not going to make any adjustments on these images. I'm just going to keep it on JPEG, which is fine for now. And if you want to make sure everything's locked in, you want to change it from auto to pro. That way you dial in everything. So if I want to change my white balance, I'll leave it at 55. I'm going to change my shutter speed. Let's go a lot quicker than that. That way we dial that in there. Okay, so now we are locked in there. And now let's maneuver this thing. Let's go ahead and hit the record button. And then we are in free mode, which means I can pilot the drone whichever I want. I'm just going to start going to the right a little bit, and then maybe I'll go forward a little bit. So let's try that. Hit record. And now I am piloting the drone with my right stick just to the right. All right, so that was a quick one, a little 2 second, like I said. And in order for you to preview your time lapse, all you do is hit that play button here. And now we should be able to preview what we just took. So let's hit preview there, hit on there, time lapse, hit play. All right, now that we're over in that area, the next thing I'm gonna do is circle hyperlapse, and I'm gonna use these little skate, the pump track over here in Carmel, and I'm gonna highlight right there in the middle. Perfect. And I'm gonna go a little bit longer on this one. I actually want a 5-second hyperlapse on this one. That means it's gonna take me 125 frames to do. And we will go clockwise, so you can actually change the direction. So we'll go clockwise because we want it to go to the right. Should be good. So let's go ahead and hit record. And I noticed that once you hit record, the drone will actually move a little bit to make sure it spots that point that you designate. So let's see how this one runs. All right, so just finished up the circle. You just compile it, 125 frames. Let's go ahead and hit play right there. And we'll check this one out. All right, there it is. Next one we'll do is the course lock. And the course lock's a pretty good one too. All you have to do is select where you want the drone, the angle of the drone to go, and it'll stay on that course. And at the very bottom, you have your menu. And here you actually want to lock it in. Right now it does say unlock direction. So if we want to lock in this direction for it to go out, just press locked. Now it's same thing. It has 2-second intervals, 5-second long hyperlapse at 2 miles an hour. We can actually speed that up if we want to, just like we did last time. Maybe let's go 2.5. So for this one, it's saying it's going to take us about a little over 3 minutes to achieve this hyperlapse. And that's the reason why I was mentioning earlier, it's really good to have the longer batteries. You're able to be up in the air longer just for you to achieve some of these different intelligent flight modes. Preview this one. 4 seconds. There you go, that's course lock. All right, so the final hyperlapse we're gonna do is waypoints, which is really cool because you can actually set a few different waypoints through your app. The one thing you have to do is actually fly the drone to those points though. So what I suggest, of course, is try to do waypoints with a pretty full battery. Depending on how many waypoints you add, the distance between the waypoints, you can really use up a lot of batteries. So make sure you guys have a sufficient amount of battery before you do waypoints. And if you don't, it actually will tell you through the app. All right, so go back to waypoints, swipe this up, hyperlapse, swipe it up, go to waypoint. And at the very bottom there, it says set your waypoints. So first waypoint I want to set is, let's do something different here. Let's just try a couple different things. I'm not expecting it to be nice and pretty. I just want to test out the functions here. So for the first one, we will do, let's just get this building right here in the middle. Select that, hit that plus icon at the very bottom. And then what you want to do now is fly your drone over into the second spot. And as you can see there, it says the angle of it is good, which means you want enough distance in between your waypoints for it to actually work. And it'll let you know there in the app. So if I shot the building there, let's shoot this way next. Okay, now let's fly it over to the third one, which will be the other corner of the park. Get the baseball field in there, hit the plus icon, get a nice view of the 56, and then hit plus. And once you're done setting those waypoints, all you do is hit play. Okay, and then what happens is that it'll actually go to the very first waypoint. So it's working its way back right now to waypoint number 1. Right there, like we talked about, you got the building. So there you go, it's gonna start. So from the waypoints that I set and the angles of the camera, it's letting me know it's gonna take 325 frames, 325 photos in order for us to complete this waypoint mission. And it's also gonna take 10.5 minutes to complete. All right, so let's preview this, what this looks like. Of course, this is just sampling the waypoints. This isn't trying to get anything fancy, but let's just see what it looked like at the end. There you go, waypoint 2, turning the camera around, heading over to waypoint 3, and then turning back up into waypoint 4. There it is. And if you guys want a lot more content on the DJI Mini 3 Pro, I have a full playlist of all my videos down below in the video description. And there it is, guys. That was the Hyperlapse on the DJI Mini 3 Pro, and thanks for staying till the very end. I am partnering up with Adorama on this giveaway, so if you guys are interested in winning a DJI Mini 3 Pro that we're going to be giving away on July 4th, the giveaway is going to be pretty simple. I'm actually going to be having 2 videos sponsored by Adorama this month, and all you have to do is comment on those videos. Make sure it's only one comment that's related to the video. So make sure you guys do comment on this video down below. Make sure it's only one comment. All the duplicate comments are going to be deleted. And let me know your thoughts on Hyperlapse. Is this something that you think you're going to use? And if you do like Hyperlapse, which one is your favorite one? So like I said, there's going to be 2 sponsored Adorama videos. This is the first one. I'm going to be posting another one in a couple weeks. So make sure you guys leave me a comment on those 2 videos, and we're going to pick a random comment winner on July 4th. And also please be aware, when you leave a comment and you do see a reply and it has my face on it, more likely it is a scammer unless you see my little check mark next to it. And also just be very careful. I'm not going to ask you guys for any money through WhatsApp or Telegram or anything like that. So just please be aware, YouTube is been spammed on every single video. So if you are wondering if that is me or not, I am not going to be posting a winner, of course, until July 4th, after both of the Adorama videos have been up. And whenever I do have a giveaway, the winner will always be posted in the top pinned comment as well as in the video description. Hope you guys enjoyed this video on Hyperlapse, and if you did, a big like would be much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. This is Ultra Anastacio with FlytPath.com. See you in the next video. Take care.